What is going on, you guys? My name is Pablo Vadillo, and welcome back to episode numero dos of the NIL Real Estate Guy. So, in the first episode, we covered my story. I talked to you guys about the highs and lows of my journey. And here's the thing: if you've seen me go quiet over the last month or two, maybe switch lanes and kind of driving all over crazy over the freeway or just dropping random content lately, here's what's really been going on. At the beginning of this year, my wife Annie and I, we always have a sit down conversation where we go through what worked the previous year. Where are we? We check in on each other and where we're at in our relationship, where we are in our finances, where we are mentally, physically, spiritually. And we set goals. And this is usually when we set a time. Um, this is usually the time where we sit down and we set up all of our vacations for the year, and this is also where we get into alignment and know how to hold each other accountable and check in on each other throughout the year. This kind of serves as a roadmap, as our GPS on what are our goals and how are we going to get there. So at the beginning of this year, as we were sitting down, I told her I'm feeling something, and that feeling is the need to create, the need to make something. And I didn't know what that was. I just know that I needed to get my hands on something. So, I picked up drawing manually. I started illustrating on my iPad, learned how to use Procreate, and you know, all of that has led me down different rabbit holes into building, testing, failing, lots and lots of building, testing, and failing, and learning how to create systems and tools, not just content. Because at the end of the day, the thing that really drives me is being able to teach, train, and coach others. And in the lane that I'm in, and working with student athletes and working with and coaching real estate agents, I'm like, how do I marry these ideas? And this is when I saw the gap. And the gap is everyone talks about success. No one actually shows the systems. No one shows the behind the scenes. No one shows, or um, they wish they had. They wish they had gone back through and documented the process, and they didn't because they figured, nobody wants to see this. And so I'm gonna turn the camera on myself. I'm gonna show you guys what it all is and what I built. So here's what I built. It's called the 100K Sprint. And let me pull it up here. Dun, 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 dun. It's how do you make, yeah, you can see my chipped fingernail polish matches the theme of the app. That's beautiful. But the idea behind it is, how do you systematize making six figures? So I've made it mathematically impossible inside of the app to fail. Meaning, when you first log into the app, it marries the habit building of the 75 hard, the focus and implementation of the one thing by Gary Keller, the thinking and implementation of the millionaire real estate agent by Gary Keller, um, and Duolingo as far as gamifying the process. And what it is it's a tracker. So it allows you to be able to track your real estate activities. Hey, on top of that, it's not just about making more calls, because if you're really good at making calls and you're really good at converting, then I want to work with you on that. And how do we continue to improve on that? Yeah, maybe if we make an additional 5 phone calls a day, we might be able to generate an extra one or two pieces of business for you a week, which, if you're already killing it, what would an additional one or two pieces of business, 4 or 8 pieces of business a month, do for you and your business, right? So that's what this app is. And it's designed to follow you for 100 days. It's not just about your real estate productivity habits, because we know that as a real estate agent, the 5 habits that we need to do every single day and our top priorities are lead generation, lead follow up, going on appointments, negotiating contracts, and practicing and role playing. Well, guess what the top four priorities are in the app? Let me make sure it's in focus. Contacts, follow ups, appointments, and practice. Negotiating contracts isn't in there because it was, and it wasn't really a quantifiable thing. So I ended up just taking it off because if you're going on appointments and you're getting people signed, you're going to be negotiating contracts anyways. And that's the easy part. The hard part is that once you actually start negotiating contracts, is continuing to do your lead generation and your lead follow up. So the experiment. I'm not just launching the app. I'm testing it, and I'm going to be testing it live. So over the next 100 days, I'm going to be the guinea pig, and I'm going to be running through the app. I will be starting from scratch, so I'm not bringing in any of my existing business into the experiment, and we're just going to be going from day one, setting my goals, and I'm going to be walking you guys through exactly how I do that, what it looks like. You'll see my real numbers, my real struggles, my real wins. It's going to be messy, it's going to be raw, it's going to be fun. And the way I'm looking at it is we're building something that I wish I had when I first started. So, what can you expect from me? You're going to be seeing a hell of a lot from me, and for that, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. This is a shameless self promotion, and I think this is going to be huge, and this can change the way that we do business. And for that, I'm not sorry. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. You're going to be seeing on YouTube, Reels, in your feed. You're probably, if you're already tired of seeing my face, get ready. But everything I share is a peek behind the scenes of building a real business and doing it with heart. So if you're curious about the app, you want to be a beta tester, you want to join me on the 100 days, there's a link to the Stand Store in the description of the video. Um, jump in, test the app, break it, let me know what you like. And if you're on this journey too, whether you're an athlete, an agent, a creator, you're switching lanes, maybe you're an athlete that turned into a real estate agent now is considering going into content creation, I'd love for you to follow along. I'd love for you to jump in the comments, share your stories. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a fun ride. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very excited, and let's build something crazy.